Now we're going to go over this worksheet that is called Significant Figures Extras. And so we're going to go over the second page. There are 4 pages of this worksheet, and this is the second page of 4. You can find this a blank worksheet, a copy of it online. At points, I will actually stop this, pause these videos and ask questions about these. But let's start going over this page 2 of this significant figure, dimensional analysis. This is not significant figures, dimensional analysis extras worksheet. Okay, so question number 7. This is again page 2. I already went over the first page. The first questions, or it's not first, question number 7 on it. First question on this second page. It says Pepsi puts 355 milliliters of pop in a can. How many drops is this? So what I'm given is 355 milliliters. What I'm trying to find is number of drops. So I'm given 355 milliliters. I want to know how many drops. Now, how do I know? So I always start with my given 355 milliliters. How do I know that 1 milliliter is 20 drops? Is actually on page 1 with all these dimensional analysis given. And it says on it, where is it? Right there. 1 milliliter is equal to 20 drops according to this conversion factors that's given. So let's go back to the original question. So how do I know this conversion factor, 1 milliliter is 20 drops, is in the given? It's on the first page. Notice I put milliliters on the denominator at the bottom, so it can cancel out with my milliliters that are given. Therefore, my answer will be, the only thing that's left will be drops, which is what I was trying to find, and it'll be 355 times 20, or 7,100. Okay, so you could probably say the answer is 7,100 drops, but if we want to be technical, the answer is 1 significant figure because 20 drops is 1 significant figure, or rounding that to 1 sig fig is 7,000 drops. Okay, next question says, how many cubic meters is this? Okay, so if I want to know how many cubic meters, first of all, I'm going to start with my given, in this case, 355 milliliters, and change milliliters to cubic centimeters. 1 milliliter is a cubic centimeter, and how do I know? It's all on the other side of the paper. Right here, 1 cubic centimeter, cc is cubic centimeter. 1 cubic centimeter is 1 cubic centimeter is 1, oh wait, sorry, this right here. 1 cubic centimeter is 1 milliliter. Is that what I was trying to find? The question was actually asking, what was the question asking? The question was asking how many cubic meters. Oh, that's because, okay, this is probably one of the trickiest problems on the entire paper of all the pages. Okay, what we know is now cubic centimeters. 1 milliliter is 1 cubic centimeters. But I want to go to cubic meters. The question is cubic meters, not cubic centimeters. What I do know is 1 centimeter or 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. That is because the prefix centi, 100th, there's 100 centimeters in a meter. Well, you probably knew that anyways. The problem is this was cubic centimeters, and I'm trying to find cubic meters. So whenever you're trying to go from regular centimeters to cubic centimeters, I have to cube everything. That'd be 1 cubed to meters cubed, 100 cubed, centimeters cubed. So centimeters cubed will cancel out, and I only have meters cubed left. So this will be 355 divided by 100 cubed. 355 divided by 100 cubed to 3 significant figures, 3.55 times 10 to the minus 4 meters. Okay, that's probably the hardest problem on all of these. Okay, going on to question number 8. Question number 8 says, Chicago uses 1.2 times 10 to the 9th gallons of water a day. How many gallons per second must be pumped in a lake every second to supply the city. So how many gallons per second must be pumped from a lake every second to supply the city? Okay, so I know how many gallons per day. So I'm not trying to change the gallons part. What I'm changing it is really days into second. Gallons per day is given. I want to change it to gallons per second. So gallons per day is given. It's right here, 1.29, or 1.2 times 10 to the ninth, sorry, gallons per day. I'm just trying to convert days into seconds. Well, that's not that bad because I know there's 24 hours in a day. I put days on top so it'll cancel out. Then I'm going to change my hours into minutes. 60 minutes is 1 hour, and seconds into minutes. Minutes cancel, 60 seconds on the bottom. So what I'll have left is on the numerator, gallons, in the denominator, seconds. Gallons per second. That is what I was trying to find, gallons per second. So what's the number though? It's going to be multiply everything on top divided by everything on the bottom. So I'm going to multiply everything on top divided by everything on the bottom. All the numbers on the top are 1.29 times 10 to the ninth divided by 24 and 60 and 60. Actually, I want you guys to type this all in a calculator and see what answer you get. Okay, so type that on a calculator and see what answer you get, because I want you to answer the question now. Okay, so what answer did you get? I got, well, on my calculator, 14930.6, or in scientific notation, 1.49 times 10 to the fourth gallons per second. In case you're not really sure about typing this all in a calculator, I have my calculator here, 1.29 times 10 to the ninth. Notice I use the EE button. Where do you find that EE button? It's right here, that blue EE. So I do have to push second and the double E. Only a single E appears on the screen, but that's scientific notation format. 1.29 times E9 is 1.29 times 10 to the ninth, divided by, two ways of doing this. You could say in parentheses 24 times 60 times 60, close parentheses like that, which I got the answer, 14930 point, more digits, but at the rounds anyways for sig fig reasons. Or I could just done 1.29 times 10 to the ninth. I said divided by 24 and divide by 60 and divide by 60. It's the same thing. So either way, you can see how I typed in my calculator. You're going to enter it in one of those ways. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Question number 9. Question number 9 says, 60 miles per hour is how many feet per second? So my given is 60 miles per hour. That's my given. 60 miles per hour. That's my given. I want to change my miles into feet, so that's one step. Another thing is change my hours into second. So miles into feet, then hours into second. It doesn't matter which one you want to start with first. I did first miles into feet. And if you look on the other side of the paper, you should find that there are 5,280 feet in a mile. You didn't have to memorize that kind of stuff. It is on the other side of the paper on the conversion factors. So then you would see miles cancel out. Put miles and miles, one on top, one on bottom, cancel out. Now I have feet per hour. I now have to change my hours into seconds. Okay, well, how many minutes are an hour? You're right, 60 minutes an hour. And you should know there's 60 seconds in a minute. And hours cancel, minutes cancel, and I have left feet per second. Or multiply everything on top and divide by everything on the bottom. Everything on top would be 60 times 5,280 divided by 60 and 60. Type that all in a calculator and see what you have. So type that on a calculator and see what you have. Oh, and the units were feet over second. So what you should have in a calculator was 88 feet per second or 90 to 1 sig fig. So if you typed in a calculator, I'll do this again. So it should be 60 times 5,280 divided by 60 and divide by another 60, and I got 88, or I could do 60 times 5280 divided by, in parentheses, 60 times 60, 88, whichever way you want to type in a calculator. Either way, the answer was 88 feet per second. Technically, this is one significant figure. Round the answer from one significant figure, 88, rounds to 90. Okay, next question. I'm just going to try to finish the questions on this side of the paper. So, I think I just exposed the answer. That's okay. Oh, actually, no, I did not expose the answer. That was just a given. I just rewrote it differently. Okay, Lake Michigan holds 1.3 times 10 to the 15 gallons of water. If Chicago removed water from the lake and it never rained again, how many days would the water last? Chicago uses, this is just my given, 1.29 times 10 to the 9th gallons of water a day. What that means is, in one day, Chicago uses 1.29 times 10 to the 9th gallons. This is a conversion factor. I have gallons. This is my given. Maybe I should circle that. In fact, I will circle that right now. And I will write, this is my given. The question is, how many days? I'm trying to find the number of days. Given 1.3 times 10 to the 15 gallons, find the number of days. I know how to change gallons to days. It's right here. 1.29 times 10 to the 9th gallons is a day. So, starting with my given was 1.3 times 10 to the 15 gallons. Use the conversion factor here. 1.29 times 10 to the 9th gallons is a day. Made a mistake there initially. Ignore that. So it's going to be, well, just divide in a calculator. I got 1.1 times 10 to the 6. That's what I said in my calculator. But it should be two significant figures. 1.1 times 10 to the 6 days. Okay, let's continue on. I think I need to fold this paper for it to fit down. Sorry, excuse me for just 1 second. Yes, you're looking at a blank table right now. Okay, so let's go on to the next question, question number 11. And question number 11. Sorry, there it is. Question number 11 says, how many minutes are in 180 days? Okay. How many minutes are in 180 days? I want to go from days to minutes. Well, you probably know how many hours there are in a day. And another thing you should know is how many minutes there are in an hour. Well, let's use that. There's 24 hours in a day. There are 60 minutes in an hour. From this, notice days will cancel out. Days and days cancel. Hours and hours cancel. So I just have the number of minutes left. What was the answer for this thing right now? Is going to be 180 times 24 times 60. So what is that answer? If you plug it into a calculator, you should get 259,200 minutes. That's 4 sig figs there. Surrounding that to 4 significant figures, that is 2.592 times 10 to the 5th minutes. Okay, last question on this side. It says, a person weighs 125 pounds and 8 ounces, and how many milligrams does she or he weigh? Okay, so the problem is this person is weighed in pounds and ounces. So I have to convert them to be the same unit. So how many ounces are they total, or how many pounds are they total? Well, I do know on the other side that 1 pound is 16 ounces. So 125 pounds is 2,000 ounces plus the other 8 ounces. The person weighs a total of 2,008 ounces. That's the weight of the person total. Okay, great. Now you know how many ounces. The problem is the question isn't asking how many ounces does the person weigh. The question is how much does this person weigh in milligrams. It's kind of long. So, okay, I changed my ounces back to pounds. 16 ounces to a pound. Then I know on the other side, 2.2 pounds is a kilogram. A kilogram is 1,000 grams. And 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. So yes, I convert ounces to pounds, pounds to kilograms, kilograms to grams, grams to milligrams. Type that all in a calculator, meaning it'll be 2008 times 1,000 times 1,000 divided by 16 and 2.2. What answer did you get for that? So again, 2008 divided by times 1,000 times 1,000 divided by 16 and 2.2 in the denominator. If you type in a calculator, you should get some long number like that. Technically, well, we could probably say that is 2 sig. Okay, it's probably not a good sig fig question. And you probably also did not know that 2.2 pounds, that number isn't actually a definition, that's an approximation. There are, I don't exactly know that, you could probably just ask Google, but 2.2 pounds is not exactly a kilogram, that's an approximation. So around is the 2 sig figs, or in this case 5.7 times 10 to 7 milligrams. Don't worry about sig figs for this problem, but that's how we do this one. Okay.